Good afternoon, YouTube friends. It's been such a long time. I can't believe it. Last year, I just literally lost the plot with it. Everything was going wrong. Yeah, I totally lost heart in the garden. But now I'm back. What actually started me off on that downward spiral was the hens, really. First off, I bred some little baby chicks, or I hatched the eggs, and got them to a lovely little size and made a little run and a little house for them in the green polytunnel. So it was all secure and everything. Anyway, one morning I came out to feed them and something had literally dug right underneath and they were all gone. So that was a real disheartener for me, really was. I was really upset about that. Plus my health is not been good this year. I've been on several biologicals to try and keep it under control, but none of them have worked. So I've actually been back recently, and they've done some blood samples, and they're going to send it for genetic testing. So hopefully they'll get to the bottom of it. The main problem with this autoimmune thing is that it sometimes affects your joints. Like one day you can be like do loads in the garden, and the next time it might hit you, for a few weeks and you can't move properly. It's really disheartening, and so yeah, that got to me a lot as well. And but I've come back now, come into the polytunnel, and it's so like overgrown and messy. I'll take a couple of pictures, but I'm not looking at it that way this year. I'm going to take control and get my mojo back and get this garden sorted out. The goats kept escaping as well. That was another thing. When they escaped, they got the run of the place, up the back of the woods and everything like that. But the thing is, I come back one day and they were out. I had electric fence, but they weren't bothered. They just went underneath really quickly, Yeah, one day I come back and they were in my neighbour's that side, sitting in her field. I thought, Christ, out of all the fields they could sit in, don't sit in hers, because she's not a very pleasant woman. She don't live there, but she's one of them that you wouldn't want as a neighbour, that side. And yeah, so once they got the feel of being out, they wanted to be out all the time, and they got out, of course, and then they ate all the trees and all the blueberries and all stuff like that. So yeah, it was a total disaster last year. And the slugs were a nightmare. They're always a nightmare, but they were extra. They were actually eating all the onion stems off. Anyway, that's enough of me moaning. I'm back now. I'm back on good form. Hoping, to get sorted out health-wise eventually and get on the right medication. And but in the meantime, I feel good at the moment, and so I'm going to get stuck in. I'm going to clear out this polytunnel first. That's going to take me probably a couple of days. But what I found was really good. I don't know if any of you got these sort of polytunnels. I've got an electric sprayer, which really helps. It holds 20 litres, which I found much better than using one of those small ones and have to keep refilling it all the time. It did cost a little bit, but if you're going to use it a lot, it's worth it. So yeah, so what I did was I sprayed the outside of the tunnel with J's fluid diluted. I think it was 150ml to 20 litres, which worked out right. Yeah, so I sprayed all the outside and the roof with this sprayer, and I left it, and that night there was rain, so it washed it all off, so it's come up lovely on the outside. But what I want to do now is clear the inside and do it on the inside as well. Yeah, it saves such a lot of work and scrubbing. You don't have to do any of that. It just literally gets rid of it. But in the polytunnel here, I've got all like thorn blackberries coming in through the tunnel and everything like that. So I literally want to clear the whole lot, and of course I've got to empty all the buckets of the old tomatoes and stuff like that and start fresh. I've already planted well, most of the elephant garlic in the veggie pods. We've got 2 of those which are around near the house. I've planted those, so I've got a shop bought variety to plant of garlic and another variety, but I'll show you them when I do the video, and onions to put out. And also I'm going to start my own around the middle of December, because they say that if you grow your own from seed, they're less likely to bolt. And a lot of my onions last year didn't even get to any sort of size because they were eaten, you know. I've also got some ginger, which I'm going to plant this year. I've just bought a couple of troughs of that actually. Well, that's better to probably plant them in about February, because they take about 10 months to grow. But you need to soak them in water overnight before you plant them. So what I might actually do is plant them. It's not going to hurt. I know they're going to lie dormant till it gets a bit warmer. But I've got 2 big black sacks of vermiculite, which was from the fire, because we had a different fire put in. We had the old back boiler one taken away, and out of the chimney came a load of vermiculite. I thought, well, I'm not going to throw it away, I'll use that, you know. And that's a good way of doing it actually. Rather than buying those small bags of vermiculite, you can go to a builder's yard or something and get a great big sack for next to nothing really. A cheaper way of doing it, so it's worth thinking about that. Anyway, I thought I'd just do a little video to catch up with you all, and I'm going to get on with this now, get it cleared, and then I'll be able to get outside and get ready to put the other garlic in. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for your support, thanks for always being there, and I'll see you in the next video. It won't be that long. Take care, bye.